Hi everyone, welcome back to Aidans Railways. Today we're going to take a look at this. This is the operating tipper set. It's the one I've been waiting for ages, and we finally managed to get a hold of it, and of course at a reasonable price. So let's take a look. Hey everyone, so this is so cool. We've finally got a hold of the operating tipper. So if you don't know, this is a Hornby item which is part of the Action accessories line of items that they did for quite a while. This product one was R8132. It is electrically operated. Now this is the one that we've been looking for quite a while. They have been available on the internet, but they just go for silly money. In fact, I saw one recently that went for something near close to £70, and quite frankly, yeah, they don't make them anymore. Yeah, they're an interesting item, and you know, like myself, it was the one that was missing out of the set that we have, but I was never going to pay that kind of money. But yet again, Mick at Durham Trains Astani, he came through and this came into the shop. I walked into the shop as usual. It was on the shelf. I literally picked it straight up, put it on the counter and went, there you go, Mick, just keep that to one side. I'm going to have a look at some other items. Mick laughed because he said, do you know, I knew you would pick that up. But if I hadn't gone in that day, what would have happened? I might not have got it. I did get it. So we're going to take a look at it, and we're going to take a look at it now. So looking at the box, you can see there's a lovely image there. We've got a Yorkshire pug there on the trestles. We've got the actual tipper. You can see it's working with a truck on, and you can see the door opening at the end of the tipping truck. Just in case you're wondering, like anything good, they actually stated what you got in the box. This part here is actually part of the operating conveyor, so the two items go well together, or you could use them separately. Yeah, let's just get a look at this. The box is in reasonably decent condition. It's a little worn, nothing too major. On the back here we can see the other four items that we've already got. So we've got this timber yard one, we've got the gravel tipper, we've got the timber depot. This is one that Katie absolutely loves, and we've got the operating conveyor. So like I said, this was the fifth one. It was the one that was missing out of all of them that we had. Now we've got it. Let's tip this over, let's get inside and let's have a closer look. So there we go, box opened, contents took out, and as you can see, it looks to be in really quite good condition. Let's have a quick look here. Now I think if I remember rightly, these instructions were pretty much generic across a lot of the actual products, because this actually shows the operating conveyor. So initially you might think I've got the wrong instructions, but I think they put them into both sets. So it was just sort of one piece of paper that you could use across the two, and it actually gives you instructions to if you were using the tipper unit and the conveyor as two different items, but on the same set, and various formats as to how it could actually be set up. Because lo and behold, on the back of it we've got the operating tipper set with wagon instructions. So we've got the instructions. We'll take this top cover off. So what do we get inside? What do we get inside? We get the instructions, of course, and we get this end tipping wagon, this Alder and Allen wagon. This has been weathered, factory weathered that is. Looks really quite nice. We've got this little lever here which actually works during the operation of the unit. I have had it out, I have tested it. I've got to say I was very happy with what I saw. So obviously there's the wagon. It's not opening or shutting like that the way it is, but as soon as the actual clamp goes down, it will actually open, and you can see that there. We got this wagon, metal wheels, factory weathered, looks really quite nice. Nice bits of detail there on it. You can see various parts of print on the chassis as well. Chassis looks good. Big D-shaped couplings, so it's an older one, but they haven't been in production for quite a while now, so we'll put that wagon back there. We get a piece of track. It's also got one of the uncoupling ramps on it. You can see the spring loaded ones. Now the actual ramp was fitted prior to me getting a hold of it, so I haven't moved it or put it in any specific location. So we get that piece of track. We get numerous elevation piers. There are quite a lot. Let's take them all out. Let's have a look. So it's actually 9. Yes, 9 piers. It's just these top bits have come off. May have to fix them with some glue to keep them all in one place. But you get those piers, they're going to make it rise up to the tipper. So we'll put those to one side. We get a older style power connector. So I think this is actually to take power as opposed to give it, but we'll see. We've got that. We've got a bag of unopened crushed coal. Unopened. Now that is very similar to when we got the conveyor. They hadn't been opened either, same as the gravel tipper. The packets hadn't been opened, so I don't think I'm going to open that either. Let's have a look. Here's the tipper with all of its wires, and we've got the green. Yes, we've got the green switch. There's actually only 2 wires coming out of this, of the tipper itself, and then we have one additional wire to go to power. There we go. So the tipper on the top, it has a piece of track fitted to it, very short length of track. We've got one of the pier clamps for the track as well on there. This has been factory weathered as well, so it's not all got a sheen to it and things like that. It's got a bit of a dusty sort of murky look about it. Inside here we've got a motor and a gearbox. Does look very nice. Like I say, just a bit of light weathering. Now I can lift that up, and possibly you can see inside, you can see the gearbox and bits and pieces that are actually going to operate it. In theory, if I line that up, we'll take one of the tallest piers. In theory, I believe that if I connect that onto there and then connect that one onto there, there we go. Now there is a slight decline across here. Whether or not you'll be able to pick that up on the camera, there you are, you can just see it, there's a slight decline. Now as I found out, I got the reason why for this as I started to use it. So obviously you're going to have your truck on and you've got your tipping open inside here. As the truck comes down with the locomotive on, you don't want the locomotive going onto there either. So as you can see, the coupling here will actually lift and then it will disengage from the locomotive and then roll straight onto the tipper. So I think next what we need to do is we need to set up the piers. Now I might not use these piers just purely because they're a bit, well, they're a bit delicate in the sense that they want to maybe fall down because they're not fixed to a surface. However, I do have some of the other piers that Hornby produced, and I think they still do produce, where they sort of nip together. They're much more substantial in their size. So we're going to get them out. We'll try these first, put some track on, and then operate it without a load. I think then we'll put a load in. We'll just see how the process works. We'll get a little pug locomotive out and we'll try it out as well. You're going to have to forgive me for this. I'm using a different gimbal. What I have done is I've set up a straight ramp rather than trying to be clever and run it on a curved one. I am using the actual supplied supports, which wasn't the original plan for me, but we're going to go for it. The other supports I was tempted to use were these, a little bit more robust, but I think we're going to be able to do this. I think we're going to be able to do it. So we've got the ramp and we've got it heading up, and it goes all the way up to our operating tipper, which is right here. And you can see the wires coming out. And next to it, and you can put it in any order, you could have it sideways if you wanted to or anything like that. But just for this demonstration, I have got the operating conveyor. So we've got the tipper tipping into here, and then it's going to go up the conveyor and onto the chute, and we're going to try and not block the track. So this is just, like I say, this is just for the purposes of demonstration. And so, collecting said call, we have got our Railroad LMS Jinty, which is a freebie, I think, on one of the magazine subscriptions, and we've got a selection of wagons and a kit-built brakes fan at the rear, something I made about 10 years ago. So there's our collection locomotive. And to do the ramp, I've chosen our little Highland Railway pug here. We've got our coal, I've got one that's open there, and we've got our wagon. So let's get this set up. So there we go, wagon, coal. It's quite chunky coal. I think it needs to be really for the conveyor. I'm going to get the pug onto the track here. I think we'll go forwards. So we've got our pug, and it's going to work. You're going to have to be really careful here with the speed. Not a lot of control there. I'm just going to place our tipping wagon on. Now obviously this would work a lot better on a layout, but at the moment we've got other things going on, so we've got this demonstration set up. So I think what we'll do is we'll bring our Jinty into place. Hopefully this will work. It's in the right position anyway. I don't know how many wagons will fill, maybe it's a couple, 2 or 3. We'll try. So the next part for this, I think, is to bring up the tipping wagon. Aha! Success. So it disengaged, the wagon's rolled forward, and it has the little lever has disengaged on the opposite side, to allow the tipping door to open. This is actually quite noisy. I'll just let you know that in advance. So we're going to tip. There we go. Let's see if it unloads it all. So it has unloaded. Pull it inside. Yeah, it's unloaded all of that coal. And make sure it gets all the way down. Technically the locomotive should be able to drive forward, connect, and then drive off. Now let's see if we can get this right. So I'm going to use the stand here because it's quite hard to hold and control this. So I've put the stand nearest the wagons so we can see that in operation. We've seen the coal loaded up. I'm going to activate the conveyor, so obviously bear in mind it will be quite noisy again. And I'm going to try and stop it before that truck gets full. Next truck, I think. There we go. Now this has always been messy. I remember the conveyor was always messy, but as you can see there, 2 trucks with a load in. So there we go. Very briefly, I just want to have a quick look. I can see these wagons. You might remember these pew wagons from a while back. A couple of Emlins. We've got those Nathaniel Attrell ones as well, and of course not forgetting our little star, hasn't been used for quite a while, our little railroad Ginty, which was, like I say, a freebie from a magazine subscription. And at the rear we have got this is a Daypole brake van kit, which I did about 10 years ago. It's not the greatest, but I figured it needed a day out. It's normally tucked away, but that was the train we used, and you can see in here we've got a reasonable load in them. I think the conveyor needs to have nice chunky coal like that. We have the tiniest bit of spillage, but to be fair, I put this together quite quickly, so I've enjoyed that. So there we go. We have got the conveyor with the tipper now in full use. I'm just curious to see if I can actually drive this on again and let go. Yes, it worked straight away first time. So it's just a case of getting it on and stopping it beforehand. Hopefully I haven't derailed it there. And then straight off. There it goes. Brilliant. Yes. We have all 5 now. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed that, and I'm really happy to have all 5 in the set now. Now, if you really enjoyed that, give it a thumbs up, but also check out this playlist at the top there. That has got all of the action accessories that we actually have, all the videos there, so check that playlist out. There's another video at the bottom of the screen you might want to check out. Don't forget to subscribe, and also check out the Aidan Shorts channel. And I'll see you again next time. Bye now.